Today we will start financial statement. Financial statement means to know the asset and liabilities and gross profit and net profit of a business. That's mean একটা ব্যবসায়ের আয় এবং দায়ের অবস্থা জানার সাথে সাথে মোট লাভ, নিট লাভ, মোট প্রফিট বা নেট প্রফিট কেমন হয়েছে এটা জানার জন্য যে স্টেটমেন্টটা তৈরি করা হয় তাকে বলা হয় ফাইনান্সিয়াল স্টেটমেন্ট। Financial statement here are definition, written records that convey the business activities and the financial performance of a company. Financial performance activities জানার জন্য যে স্টেটমেন্ট, সেই স্টেটমেন্টকে বলা হয় ফাইন্যান্সিয়াল স্টেটমেন্ট। Financial performance means মোট প্রফিট, net profit, net asset, net liabilities, how much. That is to identify or determine. This is the financial statement. Okay. Financial statement we can divide it on 4 category. Number of income statement, cash flow statement, statement of sales equity, balance sheet statement. This is the main 4 category or 4 types of financial statement. Financial statement, at first, income statement. Income statement means income and expense are identified to determine the more gross profit or net profit. অর্থাৎ মোট লাভ অথবা নিট লাভ জানার জন্য আয় এবং ব্যয়গুলো নির্ণয় করা হয় যে স্টেটমেন্টে, তাকে বলা হয় ইনকাম স্টেটমেন্ট। রাইট হ্যান্ড সাইড ইনকাম, লেফট হ্যান্ড সাইড এক্সপেন্স। ইনকাম মাইনাস expense, definitely net gross profit or gross loss. If income is more than the expense, then so we can call profit, gross profit. If income is less than the expense, we can call net loss or more gross loss. Okay, বলা হয়েছে ইনকাম ডান পাশে এবং বাম পাশে এক্সপেন্স গুলো সাজানো হয়, তারপর আয় থেকে ব্যয়গুলো মাইনাস করি আমরা। যদি আমরা মোট ইনকামের পরিমাণ যদি বেশি হয় খরচের তুলনায়, তাহলে আমরা তাকে বলি মোট লাভ। যদি ইনকামের পরিমাণ যদি কম হয় মোট খরচের পরিমাণ থেকে, তাহলে আমরা এটাকে বলি মোট লস। ওকে, then cash flow statement. Cash flow statement, that's mean cash inflow and cash outflow. Cash in or cash out. Cash in, we left hand side we design the cash in, and cash out right hand side we design the cash, then finally try to find out a balance. This is the cash flow statement. Statement of sales and equity. Equity means asset plus liability. Equity means properties, an entity, an owner. Okay, how much owner will get, how much will lose the owner. অর্থাৎ স্টেটমেন্ট অফ চেঞ্জ ইকুইটি মালিকানা সত্তার সাথে এখানে তুলনা করা হয়। মালিকানা সত্তা মানে যিনি মালিক পক্ষ তার কতটুকু লাভ পেয়েছে, কতটুকু ক্ষতি হয়েছে, এই যে চেঞ্জটা জানার জন্য যে স্টেটমেন্টটা তৈরি করা হয় তাকে বলা হয় স্টেটমেন্ট অফ চেঞ্জ ইকুইটি। And finally the balance sheet. In balance sheet, asset and liabilities, to know the position of asset and liabilities, which statement we prepare, it is called balance sheet statement. Balance sheet statement, the right hand side asset and right hand side is liabilities. Just to know the position, how much asset against the liabilities, how much have the liabilities against the assets. Just we try to know the position. অর্থাৎ একটা প্রতিষ্ঠানের সম্পদ কতটুকু আছে এবং দায় কতটুকু আছে এগুলো জানার জন্য যে স্টেটমেন্ট তৈরি করা হয় তাকে বলা হয় ব্যালেন্স শিট স্টেটমেন্ট। ওকে, basically we try to the solve the mathematical problem under income statement and balance sheet statement. ব্যালেন্স শিট স্টেটমেন্ট এবং ইনকাম স্টেটমেন্টের আলোকে আমরা ম্যাথমেটিক্যাল সলভ করব পরবর্তীতে। ওকে, দিস ইজ দ্য ইনকাম স্টেটমেন্ট, one of the three important financial statement used for reporting the accounting financial performance over the specific accounting period, with other two key statement being balance sheet statement and statement cash flow. Okay, what is the purpose of income statement? Purpose of income statement, ইনকাম স্টেটমেন্ট তৈরি করার উদ্দেশ্যগুলো কি কি? টু নো দ্য নেট ইনকাম, to compare the current fiscal period with the previous, to compare the fiscal period. You know, or you have any idea about fiscal period? Fiscal period is a government or budget policy are set in this year or in this period. Fiscal period basically depend on countries, depend on organization. Different countries, different organization, they may set as a different way the fiscal period. But in our country, the fiscal period is 1st July to 30 June. Okay. Fiscal period total month is 12. Previous year and current year, just compare. Previous year profit more or current year profit more. Previous year loss more or current year loss more. Just compare by the statement. Okay. To compare the company with other similar companies, two different companies are compared. Which company more profit, which company more loss? Just compare. So this is the common purpose to prepare a income statement. Another purpose of income statement, assessing the profitability. How much profitability? Income statement, you know that left hand side expense, right hand side income. Income minus expense. Ultimately, we can assessing the profit. Okay. So to identify the profitability, it is another important purpose of income statement. Second purpose of income statement, evaluation the operational efficiency. Operational efficiency. How much operational technique are gained by preparing the income statement. Okay. So operational technique are depend on the technique or skillful management, because skillful management they are able to offer the maximization of profit and minimization of loss. Okay, this is core function of management, and this operational is called is operational efficiency. Okay, profit maximization and minimization of the cost. Purpose of third of income statement, forecasting the future performance. Future performance forecasting. Forecasting means budgeting or outline in the future performance. How much we will perform our company. Just forecasting or pre-planning. Okay. Assessing growth potential. How much growth rate? How much profit growth rate? How much net profit growth rate? We can know by preparing the income statement. So this is the another important purpose of income statement. Very important for your question. Okay. MCQ question especially. Now I am going to discuss about the gross profit, net profit like this. Gross profit and in short GP. Okay, gross profit there are a common formula to find out the gross profit. Gross profit is equal to sales less cost of goods sold. Gross profit is equal to sales minus cost of goods sold. And gross profit percentage, gross profit divided sales into 100. When we try to find out the percentage of GP means gross profit, then gross profit divided sales. Okay. Now I am going to another option, the factor affecting the GP margin. GP means gross profit margin, which factor are affecting? Change in method of inventory valuation. Inventory valuation, if you value, if your valuation asset more value than previous year, definitely income also increase. So valuation of inventory are affecting the GP. Change in output level. Output level means a completely produced a product. Okay. If more product, more profitability, more sale. Okay. So output level is affecting the GP margin. Advantage and disadvantage, just you try to see what is the advantage of income statement and what is the disadvantage of income statement. Just you try to see. Now I am going to the formula to find out the net sale. Net sale. How we can find out the net sale? Net sale is equal to gross sale minus sales return minus sales allowance minus sales discount. Okay. This is the net sales. You just try to find out because very important. Net sale. How we can determine GP? GP means gross profit. Gross profit is equal to net sales minus cost of goods sold. Okay. But here options the net sales. How we can determine the net sale? Net sale is equal to gross sales minus sales return minus sales allowance minus sales discount. This is a net sale. Now the cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold means beginning inventory plus purchase inventory minus ending inventory. That's mean cost of goods sold. And net sales minus cost of goods sold is equal to gross profit or gross loss. If net sales more than cost of goods sold, then you can find out gross profit. If cost of goods sold are more than the net sale, you can determine gross loss. Okay. You know how we can determine the gross profit, GP, gross profit? Sales mean net sale. Net sale less cost of goods sold. How we can net sale? This is the formula of net sale. Gross sale minus sales return minus sales allowance minus sale discount. And cost of goods sold? Cost of goods sold is equal to beginning inventory plus purchase inventory minus ending inventory. This is the cost of goods sold. The net sales minus cost of goods sold is equal to gross profit. Are clearly mentioned. Gross profit is equal to net sales minus less cost of goods sold. You clearly understand what I say about this? Please, anyone? You clearly understand what I say about this? Please. I think everybody clearly understand what I say. Now I am going to discuss the computation of net purchase. How we can determine net purchase? Net purchase plus freight in minus purchase return and purchase allowance minus purchase discount taken is equal to net purchase. This is the formula of net purchase. Gross profit ratio now. Before we can try to discuss the gross profit, but now gross profit ratio. Gross profit ratio is equal to gross profit divided net sales into 100. This is the gross profit ratio. Net profit gross profit plus indirect income minus indirect expense or cost. This is the net profit. Okay, net profit. And gross profit is equal to net sales minus cost of goods sold. This is the gross profit. And net profit, gross profit plus indirect income minus indirect expense and cost. It is the net profit. So ultimately we will discuss gross profit, net profit, okay, cost of goods sold, net sales, net purchase. This is the key point in this chapter. What are the factors affecting the net profit margin? Net profit margin is what factor affecting? Reducing expense. If you reduce the expense, ultimately profit more. So the reducing expense will definitely impact on profit. Cash flow. The more cash flow, the more income. The low cash flow, low income. So cash flow affect the net profit margin, gross margin. Gross margin definitely affecting the net profit. When we try to net profit, you first determine the gross profit. So gross profit directly depend to identify the net profit. Return on equity, ROE, return on equity. Return means use the income from equity. So more return, more income. Or low return, low income. So ultimately this affect the profit, net profit. Sales. Sales is another the income or revenue. More sales, more income, more revenue. Less sale, less income, less revenue. So sales directly affect the profit. Efficiency and productivity. Efficiency and productivity depend on operational activities. And operational activities main theme, maximization profit. If you able to identify the maximum profit, definitely increase the profit. So this pointer option affect the gross profit, net profit. Pricing strategy. Sometimes you have to undertaken this tactics. Sometimes you set more or increase price. Sometimes you set the less price. Okay. So more price and less price, they are affecting on net profit. Operating expense, more operating expense, less income. Less operating expense, more income. So operating expense are affecting the net profit margin. Cost of goods sold means which product you have produced, then you sold. So more sold or more sale, more earning profit. So definitely affecting the net profit, revenue and sales. Sales of revenue increase the income. More sales, more income. Less sales, less income. So these sales are affecting the net profit margin. This is the another important question. Now I am going to discuss the balance sheet statement. You know that balance sheet statement first liabilities and then asset. Liabilities, current liabilities, the bills payable, under creditor, bank overdraft, outstanding expense, income received in advance, long-term liabilities, mortgage loan, debenture, owner equities, reserve and surplus capital, add net profit, interest on capital, less drawing and income tax. This is the liabilities. Asset side, current asset at first, cash in hand, cash in bags, under date or determined receivable, bill receivable, prepaid expense, account income, closing stock, investment, government securities, other investment, fixed asset, furniture, plant and machinery, land and building, and patent and goodwill. This is the asset side, this is the liabilities. In the balance sheet, is the design like this: asset side asset and liability side liabilities. Okay, this is the balance sheet statement. This is the elaboration or the details of asset. Current asset, non-current asset. Current asset means who is asset we can benefit within 1 year. A non-current asset, fixed asset, more than 1 year. Okay, you will get benefited. Inventory is current asset. Inventory is trade receivable, cash and cash equipment, short term and loan, prepaid expense, bill receivable. All prepaid expense is asset. All prepaid expense is a asset. Non-current asset, is a useful life more than 1 year. Property, plant, equipment, patent, trademark, etc. Tangible asset, which asset we can see, we can touch, যে অ্যাসেট গুলো আমরা দেখতে পাই, ধরতে পারি, ছুঁতে পারি, এগুলো বলে ট্যানজিবল অ্যাসেট। Property, plant, equipment, furniture, computer, track, we can see, touch. Okay, so intangible asset we cannot touch and see, just feel. Goodwill, patent, trademark, copyright, brand. Okay. Operating asset. Now I am going to operating asset. Cash, inventory, trade receivable, plant, equipment, computer, bill receivable. Non-operating asset, goodwill, patent, investment as asset. It is